Well, in 1962, I went to Taylor University as a freshman. And I met the man who lived next door to me. His name was Joe. And in just introducing myself, I looked over at his desk and I said, "Who's the girl in the picture?" And Joe said, "Oh, this is Becky, and she's still in high school." And then we heard this litany of things that were good about her. And I'm standing there next to him, and I'm thinking, nobody's that good.
He was obviously wrong. 2 years after I came to Taylor, and one of the people in my circle of friends was dating this guy named Mark. I was elected by the Council of Friends to teach him some manners and how he was to treat someone. And then we started to date. And to the amazement of my friends, as well as myself, I found him to be very interesting. And so then in '68 we were married, and that was 52 years ago. And the lessons continue.
The passage we've centered our marriage on is Psalm 27:1.
2.
The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And the Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? And so we decided that that was going to be the theme for our wedding. Since I was an English major, I was going to write it, which was a total mistake.
He also sang at our wedding.
Which is another mistake. But anyway, what we learned from that more than anything else was that we had a good verse, because we were going to need to be assured and reminded that the Lord was our salvation, He was our strength, and He was going to be our light during the time we were together alive. You know, in the darkest moments, when I think about what happened with our kids, Lara having cerebral palsy and finding out for the first time, and then having that diagnosis that Ryan had cancer and that could take his life.
The other thing is, when you get to the age that you lose both of your parents, that's been your foundation. And if you don't have the Lord when all of these foundational elements are pulled out from under you, you're in a deep sense of hurt. Cling to the scriptures, and He brings it alive when you need it and exactly where you need it. And cling to one another, because Satan would like nothing better than to divide you as a couple and to help you to doubt your faith.
We could have been really depressed. God provided a stronghold for us. He provided the strength that we needed to go on. He gave us His presence during all of this time. Through words of encouragement, we were able to go on. And through the way we interacted with one another, it wasn't perfect all the time, but what needed to be said was said, and we knew that God would lead us stumbling through some of the things that we'd never known about.
You don't realize when you're in the midst of that storm, but the clarity that you see when you look back through it, God's hand's all over it.
What I'm thankful for most of all is the fact that we could laugh together through all of this.
Absolutely.
I don't know, I believe that God is a God of humor because it was a way of understanding what God could do for us, allowing us to be happy and to figure out what's next.